Are you ready for the ultimate monster mashup? Rampage 2 is the rumored sequel to the smash hit movie starring Dwayne Johnson and a giant gorilla. But what do we know about this epic project? Will it feature King Kong and Godzilla? Will it ever happen? Find out everything we know about Rampage 2. Rampage 2 is a possible sequel to the 2018 movie Rampage, which was based on a video game series of the same name. The movie starred Dwayne Johnson as a primatologist, who teams up with a giant gorilla named George to stop the two other mutated animals, a wolf and a crocodile, from destroying Chicago. The movie was a box office success, grossing over $428 million worldwide, and receiving mixed reviews from critics. In Rampage 2, Dwayne Johnson, who played the primatologist in the first movie, is set to return. The teaser trailer for the movie shows Dwayne Johnson and George back in action, ready to save the city once again. Warner Bros. And New Line Cinema are producing the movie, and it promises to be a thrilling sequel filled with monster-filled adventures. There is no official confirmation that Rampage 2 is in development, but there have been some hints and rumors about it. In 2019, a fan-made teaser trailer for Rampage 2 was uploaded to YouTube, featuring clips from the first movie and other films, such as Kong Skull Island and Godzilla King of Monsters. The trailer suggested that Rampage 2 would involve a crossover with other giant monsters, such as King Kong and Godzilla, and that would be released in 2023. However, this trailer was not endorsed by the filmmakers or the studio and was only made for entertainment purposes. Another fan-made teaser trailer also features Kong and Godzilla, but adds another monster from the Rampage video game series, a giant rat named Larry. The trailer shows Larry emerging from a sewer and joining George, the gorilla, and fighting the other two beasts. The trailer also uses music from the Justice League movie, another Warner Bros. Property, and hints at a possible connection between the DC superheroes and the Rampage characters. For example, the first trailer shows a scene where George smashes a building with a sign that says Energen, which is the name of the company that created the mutagen that transformed the animals in the first movie. The second trailer shows a scene where George picks up a purple barrel, which is a reference to the power-up that changes the monster's appearance and abilities in the video game. The second trailer also shows a scene where a helicopter flies over a city with a sign that says Vern. These fan-made teaser trailers are not official sources of information and should not be taken seriously. They are only examples of how fans imagine what Rampage 2 could be like based on their preferences and creativity. And there's actually no guarantee that Rampage 2 will ever be made, or that it will feature any of the elements that are shown in these trailers. The only way to know for sure is to wait for an official announcement from the filmmakers or the studio, which may or may not happen in the future. In 2020, Dwayne Johnson's producing partner, Hiram Garcia, gave an update on the status of Rampage 2, as well as other potential sequels to Johnson's movies, such as San Andreas, Journey to the Mystery Island. Garcia said that the studios were eager to make sequels to these movies, but Johnson was very selective about what projects he wanted to return to. He said that Johnson preferred to tell new stories in different films rather than repeat the same formula. He also said that Johnson's busy schedule was a challenge, as he had many other franchises and projects to work on, such as Jumanji, Hobbs & Shaw, and the DC Universe. Garcia did not rule out the possibility of Rampage 2, but he did not give any details or timelines for it either. Therefore, everything we know about Rampage 2 is very limited and speculative. There is no official announcement, plot, cast, or release date for the sequel. The only thing we can be sure of is that Johnson and his team are aware of the fan demand for Rampage 2 and that they have not completely dismissed the idea. However, given Johnson's busy and diverse career, it is unlikely that Rampage 2 will be his priority anytime soon. Unless there is a breakthrough or a change of plans, Rampage 2 will remain a distant and uncertain possibility. When talking about Rampage 1, it is a movie that came out in 2018 and is based on the video game series where giant animals destroy cities. The movie stars Dwayne Johnson as a primatologist who has a special bond with a gorilla named George. George is a friendly and smart albino gorilla who lives in a wildlife sanctuary. One day, a space station explodes and sends some canisters of a dangerous substance to Earth. George finds one of the canisters and gets exposed to it. The substance makes him grow bigger, stronger, and more aggressive. He also becomes able to communicate with other animals who have been affected by the substance. Two other animals, a wolf and a crocodile, also find the canisters and mutate into giant monsters. They are controlled by a company called Energen, which wants to use them as weapons. The company's CEO, Claire Wyden, activates a signal that lures the animals to Chicago, where she plans to capture them and sell their DNA. She also tries to kill anyone who knows about her scheme, including Johnson and a scientist named Kate Caldwell, who used to work for Energen. Johnson and Caldwell team up to stop Wyden and save George. They are also helped by a government agent named Harvey Russell, who has access to military resources. They discover that George is not evil but is being manipulated by the signal. They also learn that there is an antidote that can reverse the effects of the substance. They manage to get the antidote and inject it into George, who becomes calmer and friendlier. George then helps Johnson and Caldwell fight the other two monsters who are still rampaging throughout the city. They also confront Wyden and her brother, who try to escape in a helicopter. George throws Wyden into the mouth of the crocodile and the helicopter crashes into the building where the signal is coming from, thus destroying it. The movie ends with Johnson, Caldwell, and George surviving the battle and becoming friends. George is taken to a new sanctuary where he can live peacefully with other gorillas. Johnson and Caldwell decide to work together to protect endangered animals, and they also joke about George's new size and appetite. The movie made over $428 million worldwide, which is more than 3 times its budget of $120 million. It also did very well in China, where it made $55 million in its first weekend. China is a big and important market for movies, so this was a good result for the movie. The movie also received some awards and nominations, mostly for its special effects and action scenes. Special effects are the techniques and tools to make the movie look realistic and exciting, such as computer-generated images or CGI, explosions, and stunts. The movie won the Hollywood Film Arts Award for Visual Effects of the Year and Visual Effects Society Award for Outstanding Created Environment in a Photoreal Feature. It was also nominated for 3 Teen Choice Awards for Choice Sci-Fi Movie, Choice Sci-Fi Movie Actor, Dwayne Johnson, and Choice Sci-Fi Movie Actress, Naomi Harris. One of the main reasons why the movie became a hit was because Dwayne Johnson's star power. Star power is the ability of a famous actor or actress to attract and please a large audience. Dwayne Johnson is one of the most bankable stars in Hollywood, meaning that he can make a lot of money from the movies he's in. He has a lot of fans around the world who like his charisma, humor, and action skills. He's also very active on social media where he promotes his movies and interacts with his followers. He has over 200 million followers on Instagram, which is more than any other actor. He also has a lot of experience in making movies that are based on other sources, such as books, comics, or games. Some examples are Jumanji, Baywatch, and Fast and Furious. And he knows how to make these movies fun without being too serious or boring. Another reason why the movie became a hit was because its genre and appeal. Genre is the type of category of a movie such as comedy, horror, or sci-fi. Appeal is the quality or feature of a movie that makes it interesting or enjoyable for a certain group of people. Rampage 2 is the most anticipated monster movie of the decade, but will it ever see the light of day? Dwayne Johnson's busy schedule, the lack of official confirmation, and the fan-made teasers have left us in the dark. Of course, comment your thoughts on this, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.